Hello, good people, and welcome to the Amateur Hour. My name's Justin,
My name's Tyler.
I'm the one called Junior.
and today's sponsors are EBXYA and Adam Stone. So, guys, life
Junior's
update.
back.
Nope, Junior's been back. Tyler's back.
I know. I'm the one that took a break this time.
We had Junior gone, then we're like, all right, here's Junior, but then Tyler's gone.
And then, bam, he's gone. But now the three of us are back.
The three of us are back to just get ready for the new month. And it's going to be an exciting new month because with the new month, we'll be having a new member this month. So it's going to be quite exciting. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But with that said, new things been happening. It's been a while. A lot happened in the week. And by the time this comes out, election. So, are you guys
we can't
excited
predict the
for
future,
that?
but
Is that something you guys are excited for? The unfortunate election.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't followed it because I don't know if I care. Like, my brain's just fried on everything bad, you know?
Yeah, it's a rough one. I mean, like I gotta
Who's
vote.
winning? Because I honestly didn't even, vote. I didn't think about it. I did nothing. I didn't pay attention to it. Nothing.
well, voting day is November 3rd, so you still got time.
Yeah, you got time. You know, if you're gonna just like watch a few summary videos and be like, "Oh, that guy." No, I'm just kidding. I mean,
right?
technically, you're not supposed to vote that way, but if you have to do crunch time, I mean, do a little summary, I guess. I don't
Well,
know.
there's
Not recommended.
I think the site's called isidewith.com or .org, something like that, and you could just take a quiz and they'll tell you who's the best candidate.
Well, you heard it here last, folks. Because this would be. Because now we decided to talk
Tyler's.
Well,
So who is winning right now? What's the current poll or whatever?
I don't think there's any real data on that. I mean, I know there was early voting, but I'm not sure what the data is.
Which early voting is pretty sweet, so that's something you guys should definitely look into. I did that this year.
Ooh. I think I'm gonna, I don't know, I don't mind voting on the days that they want me to vote. I think I'll be able to make it. But no, early voting definitely is something, I gotta check it out, see what's going on, you know?
I'm going to assume that Trump is going to win because I don't see Biden signs anywhere, but everywhere I go, there's Trump signs.
Well,
So that just says
It's a big
something about
country.
our area.
yeah.
I know, but wouldn't you think you'd see a Biden sign here and there at least?
Well,
I
it is
haven't seen-
Indiana.
Yeah.
True.
We are fairly conservative. And conservative votes conservative. You know, I would say this. If Trump wins, at least it's the last forsaken time he could be president. But good luck. I don't know what to say.
Hey, maybe he'll fix the mistakes. You know, maybe.
Doubt that.
He's yet to do it, so yeah, I agree with you.
Well, I mean, to fix mistakes, you got to accept them
Yeah.
as mistakes.
Oh,
So
God.
That's a big thing for Trump, so I can totally get that one.
I'm so sad. All right, all politics aside. Besides that,
Yeah, we ain't about that. We need more uplifting, more fun things.
we've been looking at phones. Last time me and Junior were talking about some phones, like an episode or two ago.
and one
And,
of us made a purchase.
Yeah, one of us that day started looking into all these crazy new phones and was like, "Hey, you know what?
Yeah, and who did that? Let's give them like 5 seconds here for the audience just to take their own guess and see if they're correct.
Yeah, and just remember." So do 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 do. It was me. we were talking about the good old Pixel and the new release of the Pixel 5 and how it had new colors. And I was already sold. I was like, Sage Green, I'm in. All in. Take my money, Google. And I mean, I looked into the specs. That when we're talking about all the actual specs during the podcast, and then after, before I made the purchase, looked up a few more review videos, looked in the specs more, and said, "Yeah, it's mine."
Well,
and
hey, since we're on you, the new phone you already bought and using, are you getting the what are they, the Google earbuds? Did you look into those yet?
I have them too.
Really?
Oh,
For free
okay.
or
Yeah, I went all Google, all, I just went for it. And let me tell you, Google Buds and my review on the Google Pixel, hot garbage. No, I'm just kidding. I would say definitely this new phone being $700 because that's all I spent. It's like a 6.1 screen, so it's literally just a small downgrade from a 6.4, which I like smaller set phones, and I think the 6 point is anywhere on that point is pretty perfect, and I enjoyed the screen. The screen is clear. The battery life is 4,000 milliamps. I mean, like, what more can I ask for? Um, the systems
6.0
are
actually.
the systems are like super snappy. I mean, now that I have the fingerprint reader on the back again, it load like I literally open my phone barely with the slightest tap, and the phone opens with my fingerprint. So I thought that was really cool.
yeah, I think we
How's the
had some
camera?
problems.
Oh, sorry, Junior, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think we had some problems with the in display sensor for the thumbprint. And I think I showed you like the workaround where you just keep adding your profile to it.
Yeah. So that way you had the
Yeah,
quick tap.
that's how I got it on because I had the Note 10 with the fingerprint scanner and the screen. I added both of my thumbs twice. So now it like I don't know. That's I found that on YouTube. Someone say just add your fingerprint double and it'll work better for you.
Yeah, and it did work better when it came to the that's like was it Galaxy S10 and Galaxy Note, right?
Yep, that's what I got, the Note 10 Plus, I
Yeah.
think.
I
Yeah.
mean, but this one it's not even like that. Junior, I remember you were telling me you get it first and tell me your review and maybe I'll consider getting it. Cuz I don't know if you're still considering getting it, but I think it's worth the purchase. Like I said, it's super snappy. I really haven't had any issues besides with the alarm apparently this morning, which was upsetting.
Oh,
uh,
right. Forgot about
yeah,
that. Got to get that all set up.
yeah. So I mean, I had because I was already using like Google Alarms, so all my alarms already transferred over. So I put a 8:40 and a 9 o'clock alarm, and
Maybe you didn't turn them on
no, they were on, and it just
because like I had to back up my phone the other day because they did something with the VPN for work. So I restored my phone and then backed it back up. And that actually happened to me. My alarms were there, but I had to turn them back on. They were set for the correct times, but the toggle switch on the side was off.
maybe that was an issue. I don't know. I could have sworn they were on. Like, and I don't know. So now I increased the alarm sound. I made sure to just double check. And yeah, like oh my goodness, like, it was that was like I said, so far my one complaint. So there has been I think like one issue ish was like absolute loading a particular app on this phone was like kind of annoying. Oh, the assistant, like you have to set up where the assistant will read back to you when you're saying like hey Google and all that stuff, and that was kind of annoying because oh gosh, see look at that, but
Well,
she
one thing
wouldn't.
you have to take into account, Justin, is the phone that you're using now, it does have a lower tier processor, which is why they were able to bring that price down to a real comfortable price.
I don't know if you could
So
really say
load
lower.
some apps.
You can't really feel the effects though at all. Like I said, I mean they even have
Well,
like a lower refresh rate, and it's like the 90 hertz. I think it's pretty perfect.
I just feel like that's kind of like what was standard by like when our S10s almost, but I mean, what more do you need out of your phone, to be honest, you know?
Yeah, like I said, what for our use that I remember we were talking about last time, Junior. Like normally we're texting, we're calling, maybe Google searches. I look up the on YouTube quite a bit and watch YouTube videos, and other than that, like that's all I use my phone for. Cause like I cut down on my social media time. The max I do is text, like over Instagram or over Facebook. But
Oh, sliding in them DMs, huh?
but that's just about it. Like there's
Notice no
nothing.
answer.
No notice.
I can actually say for my phone, I have the Note 10 Plus, and I do a lot of split screen apps. And there's a couple of apps that I use for work that are pretty demanding. So I will say my phone generally runs at about 11 gigs of RAM used, and it actually outputs a little bit of heat during some of the things I do. So I can say I actually use the horsepower of my phone, but once I'm done at work, I YouTube and stuff like that, you know. So
I
I don't know. I guess I'm a power user, but not the whole day.
Yeah, you're using your phone basically as a laptop at this point.
I pretty much.
Yeah,
Which
for us it's just kind of like I don't even know, it's just a phone.
Yeah,
yeah.
for me at work, if my phone didn't have the horsepower that it did, I don't think my job would be as easy, to be completely honest. Because my phone does everything.
And I think that's what all these upgrades are really meant for, but it's just kind of like the need of wanting new things or wanting the newest
Hmm.
phone just to say you have it.
Yeah, and so given having this new phone, like I said, it's I think it's a perfect price point. It's for those people like at least for me and Junior that are just using it as a daily driver to be texting, calling, social media, videos, and like just the average use. Like now, if you're like Tyler needing to split screen, whatever, I would assume then yeah, you would probably need higher specs. This phone does not do split screen. Um, the battery life, though, like I said, is really solid. This 4,000 milliamp is really nice. The under the what's it called? The speaker on the top is under the glass. Now, for video, I don't really notice like a crazy lower quality of speaker at all. Like if you covered that speaker, then just using the glass speaker, it doesn't sound the greatest. Like it sounds like kind of muffled, like clear, but just a little muffled because it's using that speaker vibration through the glass. So that I think is one annoying part. But with that said, like I don't know, like I said, no. Oh my gosh, can you stop, lady?
Miss Google, stop it.
You get the flip to feature, which I have now, and that's what I just did because I'm tired of Google responding. Which is
Oh, right. It's
yeah,
like a
they
do not
had that with
disturb.
the yeah, they had it with the Google 3. You gotta make sure you turn it on though. It doesn't automatically like turn on. Like you gotta go in there with even with the call screening, of which I missed, is now back as well, and that you have to turn on as well. Um, but like I said, so far my review, fantastic phone. Junior, if you got it, that'd be cool. The one disappointing thing as well is using the how would you say? Let me think. Oh, using the phone like when you first get it. You know how they tell you, "Oh, it's like a super soft back, how it's supposed to be like a different feeling in the back of the phone." So I thought it was going to feel like the glass in the back of the Pixel 3, which felt amazing and looked really cool. Like it was like that frosted glass. But in actuality, It doesn't feel that like that at all. It doesn't have that really soft touch. Like it has a unique texture to it, but it's not the soft touch, which kind of disappointed me with the phone. With that said, too, Tyler, you did ask about the camera and the camera quality. Mwah, magnificent.
They didn't really upgrade the cameras though, so they're still relying on that software.
Yeah, the software still does a good job. Now, since they
Well, I thought
removed
they had
that
a camera module. No.
for in
What
the
was that?
back, they added a wide lens. So before it was like a
Oh,
telegraph. Yeah, before it was a telegraph with the Pixel 4, and people didn't like it, and now they removed that and they put the wide lens. But it's still using the same sensors for the camera since Pixel 2. And yeah, they're very heavily reliant on the software. And I mean, it works though. The only, I think, again,
that's one thing Pixel held their ground with is they have good cameras. So maybe it's one of those things. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You
yeah.
know.
But I know they did get rid of that image processing unit. So how's that working out? Do you notice like a difference in speed or?
Yeah, that's actually where I was going to get to. Yeah, there's definitely a big difference in processing the photo. That one that one's noticeable. Like when you take the picture, it like takes a hot minute for it to just boom. There's the quality, and maybe like I don't know. I want to say like 2 or 3 seconds at max that it takes to process the image like that. But the night photo, like, because I've taken a photo at night, it really brightens up the photo, so that way you're able to see this. You don't even need flash, and I thought that was cool. And I was using the front camera, and it came out really well.
I wonder if they're going to come out with the XL variant.
That was
Possibly.
actually I thought I sent this article to Justin yesterday. But they were talking about how there could be a flagship Google Pixel coming out in March. I thought I sent it
Because
to you with the eye emojis, the Google eye emojis.
So you did send me something, and then it was I don't know why it told me Junior wants to connect with you via like Google News, and it said
Ah,
type yes if you'd like, and I said yes, and then it was like if you continue you have to pay, and I was like, what the freak?
okay. That's not what I was expecting. I thought
Yeah.
it was just gonna send it through a text message, and then because I use Google News a lot just to scroll through.
Let me
But
look. I think actually I might have gotten rid of the text because I was like, "What the freak?" and I got rid of it because I'm like, "Don't make me pay for anything." I
no,
got
Google
freaked
News is
out.
free. I don't know what
yeah,
that's about.
it looks like the 5 is a 6-inch screen. If everyone's going for like a 6.7, 6.8, I think the Note 20 is a 6.8. But if they made a Google Pixel at a 6.5 to 6.7, somewhere in there, with some meaty software, meaty hardware inside of it, I think that would be a go-to phone for a lot of people.
Yeah, it would be amazing if they really pushed a flagship model. Like this thing would just be a beast. Like I said, it's very enjoyable. I miss the stock Android. I miss the smooth runningness of and just look of a Pixel. Like I loved everything about, as I mentioned before, like my Pixel 3. I never wanted to give it up, but the battery life was just too low for me, and I was like, you know what? Let me just swap it for something that has also a better like just screen, where it's got a better screen to body ratio. And now that
What
they
did you have?
went,
A Pixel 3A or a 3?
it was the 3. The 3A was the budget line version. So I had the 3. And that thing, like I said, it was beautiful. It ran just fine. My only issues is that there was always overheating problems because it was such a small battery. So when the apps were running and it was like running all that software, it was just freaking killing the battery like so quickly. And you could try
So
and change the dark mode and stuff like that, and it just didn't really help.
I have the spec sheet up for the Pixels right now. I was just looking at it like you were saying. I just opened the 3A, what is this? The Pixel 4 with 5G and then the Pixel 5. Well, battery for the 3A is less than 3,000 milliamp. But here's the kicker. Under each one, it says all-day battery. I'm like, how can you say all-day battery at 2,900 milliamps versus 4,080 milliamps? Like, how? That should be like that should be like 1/3 day, half a day, full day.
Yeah, that one's a stretch.
Have you noticed any heat issues yet, or?
No heat issues. I try and sometimes like I'll call a friend over Facebook Messenger. And that normally Facebook Messenger runs your battery like super hot,
Oh, for sure.
and no heating at all.
Well, I think that's one thing you're going to notice with the new phone is one, the 4,000 milliamp battery, but paired with that processor that they chose, it's not a low spec processor, but it is more of a budget processor. So they can't really output that much heat. They're not meant to have such high performance. So I really don't think you're going to have issues like that with this phone. It seems like the stuff they put into it is a good fit for everything.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to heat it up, it's going to be playing games at 90 hertz. That will probably heat your phone up.
Oh, and then another complaint. So I had a wireless charger, and when I put it on the wireless charging, which is, I don't think there's fast charging on this phone. So I checked through the battery settings, and I kept looking through a few settings. And as far as I'm aware, there's no fast charging for this phone, which is fine by me. Like, I want to take care of my
You
battery,
don't want,
so what happened?
you don't want to use fast charging anyway.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to make sure I turned it off. So, because I wanted to really
Although,
take
here
care
in the
of my
specs,
battery.
it does have fast wireless charging.
That's the thing, though. When I look, it doesn't have the setting where I could turn it off or turn it on.
It
I
might be automatic depending on how much power is being delivered to the phone.
yeah. So
Like if you
that
have a fast charger plugged in, it might recognize that and start doing it.
yeah. So that's kind of like annoying. I would think that's kind of stupid. But now, when it came to the wireless charger that I had, I placed it on the charger to see. I was like, okay, I'm gonna charge it right now, and then it said 7 hours to full charge. I was like, wait, what the freak? 7 hours? I'm like, that's gonna kill my battery, not freaking charge it. I was freaked out, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it's because the case or something. Maybe it's like not having enough contact, whatever. So I took the case off, put it back on there. 7 hours till, and then it was like, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take it off, give it like, a minute and whatever. I gave it a minute, and I put it back on. It was like 8 hours till. I was like, whoa, what the freaking freak?
Yeah, there was you. I think when I had one of my phones, we didn't have the same chargers, and you lent me one of the wireless ones, and it did the same thing to me. Where I was like, I think I'm pushing current the opposite way and feeding this charger, not my phone.
Yeah, it was absolute. It was like super weird. I was like, what's going on?
You should check what power brick you have plugged in the wall,
I don't know. I just like
or I
so
don't.
because it was working with my S10. It was a nice wireless charger. It worked just fine with my S10, and I mean it had fast charging capabilities, right? So essentially, if this was like an automatic thing or whatever, that charger should have like try to fast charge it rather than slow charge it, right? And instead it was like beyond super slow charges. Like, we're going to kill your battery over time because it's going to take forever to charge and then it's going to ruin your battery.
Another thing you got to think about is the way that the wireless charging works, because basically it's two coils that form a magnetic field, and the vibrations that you can't feel but are going through the coils is what generates the power. So if those coils aren't lined up perfectly, it does slow down the charging process, and it can also cause some heat. So where your S10 sat on the charger and your Pixel sitting on the charger, since the Pixel is a little bit smaller, it may not be lined up the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So you have to get one that's for your Pixel 5.
exactly. So fortunately enough, right? Because we had a lot of large changing of the phones for the family and everything recently. So I gave my charger to my dad because now he has my S10. Well, now it's his, and I'm like, here, it works beautifully. You put it on your bed, bedstand at night, and just you're able to charge it wirelessly. It's better than trying to look for the little dongle and put, to clip it in. So I am going to try later on, not now, getting a wireless charger. But for now, I'm going to just stick to the wired charging. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It's cool.
Well, one
You're
thing
gonna
I would
bongle the dongle?
recommend one thing I would recommend is I want to say, if from me reading in here, the Google Pixel had 15 watts charging power. So get like a 10-watt wireless charger. That would that wouldn't be able to make it to the fast wireless charging standard. So if you had a 10-watt charger, it won't fast charge your phone, and that would be better for your battery. You just got to be careful of which one you get, because some chargers don't shut off, which if you were to get the Google charger that's made to work with Google devices, then they'll shut each other off when they need to.
I think I just might go with the Google charger. Just because I feel like, well, in that case, just stick to the ecosystem. Now, I did want to talk about the
Only
Google
downside
headphones.
$79.
Anyway, using the Google Pixel Buds, it's called what is it called? Oh
Pixel
gosh,
Buds.
Pixel Buds. Yeah. So those headphones are really solid. I have no complaints with them. The battery life is a lot longer to use them. They work just again really well with it. There's like a cool feature where you can link your buds to you can link your buds to your transcription for different languages. So, and you could talk to someone with the Pixel Buds in English, and then it would translate it to your phone in Spanish. So if you're trying to have a different conversation with someone of another language, and you could just tell Google to speak whatever language you'd want, and it would transcribe it for you and also read it aloud. So I thought that was a cool feature.
Did you try it?
Yeah, I tried it with my parents.
Nice.
And
So
then,
now when your parents are yelling about you in Spanish, you can just click this on without them knowing.
right? And with that said, though, too, I did notice. Oh my goodness, there's another cool feature for lowering and raising the volume of the Pixel Buds, where you just drag your finger up or down on the top of the Google Buds, and yeah, sure enough, it lowers and raises the volume. Skipping songs and going back in songs is like super easy. Answering phone calls and hanging up. I haven't really tried the quality of like in a phone call using the Pixel Buds. Like I used it in a Zoom call, but I didn't know how clear of quality it was. I didn't get to ask. And by the way, they work just as well with an Android phone. So like I originally got them and I still had my S10. I got them before my Pixel was released, and dare I say, it was just as good. It ran very smoothly, and so yeah, my overall review on the Pixel and the Pixel Buds, I thought they were fantastic. I think
Now,
it's a good buy.
What color did you get
Sage green, of course.
for the buds?
Oh yeah, it's called
Good.
mint, but it
Like,
literally looks the same as the sage green.
did you have the Galaxy Buds before that?
No, before that, I had the AirPods, of which
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gave to my mother because she has an
I
Apple
have
phone.
the Galaxy Buds, and I will say they are very good. I like them.
I I find it hard to tap them when I need to like pause. It's hard finding it and then like tapping it right where I need to.
Well, my friend. Go with the
I
Pixel
don't,
Buds.
mine are easy. I just one tap, double tap, whatever it is that you're trying to do, but mine don't give me a problem with it.
No, I'm just saying like maybe it's my coordination or something, but since they're so small, I'm trying to hit the right spot. Just
As you see, Junior, why isn't it working? Oh, I'm hitting my nose.
It like pokes his eye or something like that. Yeah, no. So, it was again my review. I liked the overall the Pixel phone. Junior, I would suggest getting it, especially knowing your use for just average day use. I would say it's worth the buy. I got it unlocked, which was nice as well. Um, so yeah,
well, I
it's
think I saw something that they mostly sell it unlocked for every carrier except like maybe Verizon, and that's it.
so now when I was trying to change the SIM, they were trying to. The guy was trying to tell me. He was like, "Oh, because you bought it unlocked, it might be a little bit difficult to blah 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 and change it here and change it there." And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm like, "It shouldn't be because all unlocked phones should be easier to connect with the character to the carriers." Which is
What
in
makes
recent.
it harder is when you bring it to a carrier, they have to send it a software update to allow to like download all the parameters for that carrier, which some phones will reject the update because it's not from the manufacturer. So that's what can make it hard.
Yeah, and having Sprint, they ran out a lot of apparently the SIM card that this took at the Sprint store that I went to, which is now actually T-Mobile, and if you have Sprint, I think it's worth noting that they're saying that T-Mobile's buying out Sprint, so it's actually
They did.
yeah. Yeah, so they're slowly moving people over to T-Mobile, which is kind of weird, whatever. I don't know what that means for our original plan. Hopefully it carries over. But yeah, Sprint they were a little bit difficult when I went there. They had to use a SIM card for the Google Pixel 4 for it to work, which was weird. And it was just such a long process.
Does that affect the 5G?
No, for what I've noticed, having the 5G, my internet is a lot faster. My connection to the internet runs a lot smoother than what it did with the 4G. So it's really nice.
Well, hey, let's slide over to Junior because he doesn't have a new phone yet, but you interested, right?
I mean, if I get a new plan, yeah, but besides that, no.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wow. It's like only if I get a new plan. I mean, you're Sprint, right? Are you going to be making the move over to the T-Mobile when it officially carries over?
Yeah, I'm sure that's what would happen, but if I'm looking for a new plan, I'll probably just sign up with T-Mobile directly. I don't even think Sprint has a site anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not sure. When I went to the store, like I had to call and what's it called? They needed my how would you say oh my gosh. So I called and the Sprint number was disconnected. But then if you called it was still like it was weird because it was still the same freaking number and then when I called the same number again or I don't know, it was really weird and very dumb if I say so myself.
yeah,
Here's the
so I
thing.
just Sprint.com and there's just T-Mobile.
Can I talk about how much I hate sitting at phone stores? Like
Oh, it's beautiful.
it's like and for some reason every Sprint worker that tries to like help you or whatever, they just apparently they're stupid. Like, I'm sorry, but anytime I go into the phone store,
I went to Verizon, right?
what happened?
You remember how it was when I switched over
Yeah.
to Verizon? That lady literally tried to steal my tablet.
Yeah.
Me and Justin had to go in there, and I had to get rude with her and be like, "No, that's not how it works. You're going to give me my tablet back now, you thief."
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous, man. Like we were sitting there and she was acting all difficult. Everyone was trying to act like very complicated and like
The store was like siding with her. I'm like, I am never going back to this store again.
yeah, it was absolutely horrendous. And
Like they were
I've never had a smooth experience at a phone store. Every time I've gone, like this last time, it should have been like max an hour long process. Tell me why I was there like 2 hours and a half. Not
hour
even
long
no
in a SIM card. It should have been like 20 minutes.
exactly. And it came out to be 2 hours and a half, and I wasn't even in line. They were just trying to help me. Like that's I was like, "Oh my gosh." I felt like ramming my head through a freaking window. How like just horrible of an experience it was as usual. And they're like, "Yeah, you want to take my survey? Just please take it." I'm like, "Hell no. 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 Every other type of way. Nada."
Yeah, I'm in the process right now of trying to figure out what the best step to take to get my new phone is because I don't want to go back to that corporate store. But when I call them on the phone, they just direct me to this link and then I click on it and then they hang up and this chat starts and the chat doesn't go anywhere. I've tried it like 6 times. What the hell am I supposed to do? I am trying to pay off my phones, give you money, and then get more phones and give you more money, and you're making it a pain in the ass. Like, make that process where I give them money a little easier.
In short, phone stores suck, and I wish we didn't have to deal with them.
I had a friend that worked at a phone store, and he was telling me like all the tricks and whatnot. I forgot him, but I'll have to hit him up next time I go to get a new phone.
Yeah, you know, we gotta know the inside, right? I
Yeah,
want to know.
he said like the things they pretty much teach you is just like almost how to not rob someone, but just like rip someone off.
Yeah,
And
I believe it.
he's not that kind of person to really do that. So
You know what? I believe that 100% because like our phone plan has been something that's been carried over since US Cellular, which was really cool. And every time they're like, "Whoa, I've never seen this phone plan in such a long time." They're like, "Wow, it's really good." And then they go, "So you want to switch over though? You know, I know it's a lot more expensive than what you're paying, but you know," and we're like, "No." Like you lost me at a lot more expensive. Like we don't want to switch it over. We have a good phone plan, and we had one Sprint employee tell us when we were first switching over. He's like, "This is a really good plan. Don't let anyone try and convince you to switch it." He's like, "You don't see this plan anymore? Don't switch it." So
Yeah.
we've been doing what he says, you know?
yeah, I think my mom got ripped off at some point because she's been with Nextel. Nextel got bought by Sprint, and now Sprint's bought by T-Mobile. But the other day, I was like, "Hey, how much are you paying?" She said like 320 a person. I'm just like, "Whoa, hold up!"
What?
And there's three people. I'm still on her
No.
plan. That's why I was talking about getting a new one. But I was
Oh
just,
my.
$320 a piece.
yeah. I mean, we leased
So
the
you're
phones,
talking
so
like
it's supposed to be like,
$900.
what was that? Oh,
You're talking
sorry. No, sorry. I said that wrong. 320 for the three of us.
okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say, holy shit, your mom needs to run.
Oh yeah. No, if it was that much per person, I
That's
think
more
she
than
would have
a
flipped out.
mortgage.
But still, 320 for the three of us, I feel like is a lot, especially when you could get a plan that's like 60 per person.
Yeah.
Advertising plans right now that are 45 a person from Verizon.
Yeah.
That's
So,
insane.
well,
That
I've been going back and forth between all the companies. I'll probably end up going with T-Mobile just because it says, I think if you do 3 lines, it's 45 a person, taxes included. And I looked at everywhere else, and everywhere else does not say taxes included. Taxes and fees. Sorry.
I had Sprint, T-Mobile, which is the same now, AT&T, and Verizon. And believe it or not, I got the best deal with Verizon. But when at the point that I finally decided to go to Verizon, I was like, I need something that works because I do a lot of traveling and I had a lot of dead zones and a lot of work wasn't getting done because my phone simply didn't have a signal. So for me, it got to the point where if I'm going to pay for this, it needs to work 100% of the time because, in my opinion, I am paying like 100% too much. So, yeah, that it just happened that when I switched from AT&T and T and Verizon, they were doing a promotion and they gave me a really really good deal to switch over. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to do that. But it was just kind of ironic that I'm like, oh, I haven't gone to Verizon because they're gonna fucking rape me on the prices. Well, here I am with the best phone price I've got for two phones, brand new phones, unlimited at everything, and a tablet that has unlimited everything. And I think I pay like 204 a month. So with AT&T, they wanted to charge me 180 and their stuff just never worked. And then when I was with 18 or T-Mobile, I mean, they wanted to charge it was $198 for the same package. So it was a little bit cheaper. But when I say it never worked, like I'm not even kidding. I I went to let's say I went to 6 or 7 houses a day for work. 5 out of the 6 or 7 houses I went to, hey, can I use your Wi-Fi? I don't have a signal. So it's like, what am I paying for?
Yeah. But with that said, these people, you know who else is paying for EBXYA? No, I'm just kidding. They're not even. Okay. But EBXYA, let's just say they're fantastic. But with that said, I'm throwing it over to a sponsor. And I don't know if it's going to be EBXYA next, but you know what? Since I said that, it's going to be EBXYA. So enjoy a word from them. I often find myself wondering, what's next? What lies ahead? Where do I go? How far will I go? We often think about tomorrow. But what's the point? What's the point of not looking at what we have in front of us? Why not look to the present and be grateful? Why do you run from today? What difference does it make if everything you have today can be gone tomorrow? So I urge you, live for today. Search EBXYA on Amazon today to get all of your XLR cable needs. Link in the description. And we're back from that word from our sponsors. Thank you guys so much for sitting through that. And be sure to check them out. Our sponsors are always in the link in the description. You know I gotta say it. Check them out. Show them some love. If you need some freaking XLR cables, EBXYA are your people. We've been using it for 2 years straight, and let me tell you, no issues. Strong cables, clear quality, EBXYA. Search it on Amazon today. And with that said, please follow us and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you're on YouTube, so you're getting all the notifications for when we release. Normally, it's supposed to be every Friday, but if not, it's always going to be at least every weekend. So be prepped for that. And follow us over on our social media. Again, all those links are going to be in the description under our link tree, so it's easy for you guys to find. Tyler, last time we were talking, right? We were discussing all the new phones, of which we kind of discussed, me and Junior, pretty recently. But, this kind of is in the news sort of realm. Given the new phones coming out, you're thinking of making a switch from Android?
Mm-hmm. That I am. That I am.
Are you eating something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to cut that. No, I was an Apple person all the way from the iPhone 4. All right, we're still laughing.
I just hear, yeah. I'm like, oh my god, bro, what the hell?
You might want to drop that in the bloopers folder.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it sounded like a billy goat for a second. I'm like, what? I'm like, please stop. Their ears. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, that threw me off guard. I heard it in my ears with my headphones. Oh man, that smacking just was so clear.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I ate like a whole stack of cookies, and every cookie was just like chewed normal, and that last cookie, for whatever reason, my saliva just got thick.
Oh my god.
You probably had too many.
Oh, Tyler. Oh, my stomach. I just heard it like just a long slap right in my freaking right ear. Oh, the ASMR. Holy crap. I just heard. Oh, this sounded so weird. Oh, 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 holy crap. Oh, I can't breathe. I couldn't hold that in. I interrupted that whole thing.
It's funny because it was a slow build-up for you guys here.
Because I was trying to hold it. I was giggling the whole time. I was like, please don't do it. Don't do it. Let him talk. And I was like, no, I can't. Oh, oh, my stomach. Okay.
It's that we're not in the studio right now because I guarantee Junior would have been playing with sound effects.
Oh, dude, that would have been hilarious if you would have added like a reverb to the. That's just like. Oh, no. I wish I was in the studio. Oh, holy crap. Okay, where were we? Oh, new phone, and you're saying that you want to get a new phone? Tell the people. Tell the people why you want a new phone. Oh, oh,
Oh, that's good.
my
That's
stomach
funny.
hurts. Oh my gosh, I can't even see like what's going on because I got tears in my eyes. Oh, okay. Oh, it is. I don't even think we can recover. Like, let's just continue. Why do you want to get a new phone, Tyler? I think I might leave this in.
Oh my god! I
Let
can't.
me ask him, Tyler, why do you want a new phone?
Why do you want it? Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Ready for the slap. I can't. Oh, oh,
Justin, you need to go take a walk outside or something.
I gotta like me my mic. Oh, holy crap. Okay, do it again, Drew. Do it again. I'll hold it. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
What? Oh, okay. So, Tyler, why do you want a new phone?
Because Android has a few things. Well, I guess it's not Android, it's Samsung. There's a few things that I don't like with Samsung that when I had my iPhone, none of this was a problem. So the biggest part is the integration between devices, where Apple, the whole iMessage, FaceTime, I guess we'll just call it Apple Apple's ecosystem was so well rounded and well integrated that nothing failed. And then I switched over to Android, tried out a Samsung Note 10 Plus, which was the best phone at the time that I could buy, and then the Tab S6, which was, I don't know much about their tablets, but I guess that's the best tablet that you could buy. So I'm like, cool, I got a handful of the best devices. Everything works really great. And then I get home and I'm trying to set them all up, and I can't get my messaging and phone calls. I can't get anything to work on the other device. So I call up Verizon. Hey, why isn't this working? And they say, oh, well, you have to use our Verizon app. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I was told in the store by the employees when I bought the devices that everything integrated through the Samsung apps how it's supposed to. And they're like, oh, well, at Verizon, we just don't support that feature. So I was like, okay. So I had to go without that. So my tablet does not work the way that I want it to. And then when there's things like when you're sending pictures and videos and that kind of thing, they don't come into my phone good at all. They're grainy, really low resolution, audio sucks. If you're trying to make a phone call on speaker with this phone, and maybe there's something wrong with my phone, I don't know, but the call quality is shit. Like it sucks. Regular phone call is great. When you're on speaker, it's terrible. What else? There's one more thing. I can't remember what it
Hey, you
was.
don't gotta keep twisting the knife. I get it, man. I know of
Well,
these problems. I've just lived with
and
them.
it it's hard because I like my phone. Like my Android phone, it's super fast. It works. I mean, the screen is. I mean, I came from an iPhone 8, so of course the screen's better. It's bigger too, which I really like. Um, Audio quality, like when you're watching a video, is amazing. And I don't believe the iPhone has the split screen feature that Android has. Like I can run two apps side by side instead of switching between two apps. I can press a button on the app on top at the same time I'm pressing a button on the app on the bottom, and they both just work next to each other, just like you would split screen on your computer.
Yeah, I think that's more of a Samsung feature. I don't know if other Androids took that up.
I don't know, but that's it's just there's things on my phone that I absolutely love. Not saying at all that the Note 10 Plus is a bad phone. It's just I came from Apple and dropped a couple of things that I actually used every day on Apple. And when I went to the store, the people at Verizon in Maryville, which suck, sorry guys, but when I went there, they told me, oh, well, Samsung does all the same stuff. It's just, through Samsung's apps, just like Apple does through iMessage and everything. Samsung does it all through the Samsung account. So I'm like, oh, cool. So it all works. I can learn a new UI, I can learn a new operating system. That's all whatever. I'm good with computers and all that junk. So I'm like, cool. I can make it all work. I'm going to make the switch. I'm going to try Android. So I got myself the flagship phone of the year, the flagship tablet of the year, got Sarah the flagship phone of the year. Everything's brand new. Bring them home, peel the tape off them, you just opened it for the first time. I spent like 3 hours trying to make this work, and it just wouldn't work. Watching so many YouTube videos and everything, and it's just nothing's working. And I finally call our Verizon and be like, "Yo, can you guys help me with this?" Oh, it's not going to work. Why? So that was kind of a kick in the balls, if you ask me. But that's my most important complaint. Other complaint, It's not really that bad. I will say Apple devices, they have better RAM management, they have better app management, but at the same time, Apple produces everything for the phone. Where when you get an Android phone, there's a mix of companies that put together this phone. So Google does the operating system, Qualcomm does the processor, Samsung puts together the board that's inside of it, but they use all other different pieces on it. So maybe that's just an Apple thing. Maybe that's why their stuff works a little bit better because Apple controls everything and says, no, this is how it works. Whereas Android's like, so here's how Samsung gave it to you out the box, but you can go in here and turn all this stuff on and off and do all that and make it whatever you want, which is cool. I kind of wish my iPhones would have done that. And the new one that I'm going to get won't do that when I kind of wish it could. But at the same time, I'm not really one to mess with all that. Like my phone that I have now, I turn it on, I unlock it. One screen has everything I use. Super simplistic. I don't even have a picture for a background. It's just black. And I did that just because of the OLED screen that saves battery. But that's where I'm not upset about going back to Apple because all the extra stuff I did on my Android, I'm not missing anything from my Apple because Apple just makes it simple where I don't have to do that on my own. Whereas my Android phone, I kind of had to go through everything and dumb it down and make it simple, if that
Hmm.
makes sense.
I guess you're just a simple guy. But there's just a case between like SMS and MMS, like those multimedia messages and the regular
Mm-hmm.
text message. Those things are just outdated at this point. And
Yeah, and that's where Apple like iMessage comes through. It's just it works better, but it's all over an internet feed instead of a messaging feed.
yeah, and I mean you could do that on Android, but I think Apple just got the leg up on that just because they already included it on
I
your
can't
phone
do it on mine
standard.
because I can't do it on mine because Samsung allows Verizon to say the feature's not available.
Well, that's probably goes through a whole thing between the companies where one company said, "Yeah, we're going to do this on ours. Don't let anyone else do it on theirs." Because I think what iPhones on AT&T, I don't know if it's everywhere now, but originally you could surf the web and talk on the phone, and that was only a feature specific to AT&T. So I don't know how that all works out.
Yeah.
But I mean, WhatsApp, where everybody else around the world uses WhatsApp or a different equivalent, and we're still kind of stuck on the regular text message that's provided on the phone. And I think that's just why Apple has that one up. It's just because they have it standard, they have their whole the ecosystem. Because I never really thought about Samsung's being able to communicate to each other. Like how my iPad and my iPhone at work, they if I get a call from my phone, I see it on my tablet also, but I'm not too stressed about that. I don't have a tablet that I use at home.
Well, and then the only other thing that I really don't like is I can get those features, but I have to pay for a business level um plan from Verizon. So if I pay Verizon more, I'll get those features because my work phone it has all the settings and features that my personal phone doesn't because it's a business plan. Whereas if we were all on Apple, Apple just says, "No, this is our iPhone. This is how it works. You're not going to shut off or turn on features." Apple just says, "You paid for the phone, you get all the features."
Well,
Period. End story.
maybe you're not getting that great of a deal at Verizon.
Well, I don't know. But if I get an iPhone, I don't have to pay for a more expensive plan for my stuff to work the way it's intended to, the way the manufacturer wanted it to work.
How do you feel about not getting a power brick? Actually,
That's
which
it.
which which iPhone are you going to? Pro Max or whatever it's called?
Well, this next time I'm gonna get a phone, I think what I'm gonna do is lease a phone because I've been hearing from quite a few people now that it's most often cheaper to lease your phone than it is to finance to own it. And another
Eh,
perk to that is they're saying when you lease the phone, when it comes to the next phone coming out, is you just swap them. You know, sometimes they change the plan a little bit, like a few dollars different, but you just upgrade. Where my phone, I can't upgrade it unless I pay it off first or pay two phones at the same time. So since I'm going to be leasing, it's probably just going to be the most current phone. So probably the 12 Pro Max. I know. I was making that. I had to go straight for that. It's on the screen right now. This blue one because it looks pretty. And every phone I've always bought, I just got the black one because I'm simple. And this time I'm thinking like, that blue looks good. I wish they had the green. The 11 Pro Max, they had that like army green last year. I really wanted that color. I was really hoping it'd be in the new phones, but they changed it from green to blue. So probably gonna be that blue.
I do really like Apple's space gray that they have. That's what I got my Mac in.
They have a well, I mean, I guess it's still the same thing. They called it a graphite for the phones instead of space gray.
Oh, right.
I guess they changed up the naming schemes, and it looks like it's a little bit lighter in color, if you ask me. Which I don't know. I'd have to have hold them side by side to really know, but it looks like they made it a little bit more on the gray than the black side.
Nah, I
But
can't. I mean, I'm looking at my laptop now. I don't think I really noticed like
well, your
that too
laptop's
much.
aluminum. The iPhone's glass.
Oh, right, right, right.
And the newer iPhones, they have a the Pro models, I should say, they have a stainless steel frame instead of an aluminum frame. And I'm on the fence about it because they
So
are shiny.
they went back to their original design, right? From
Kinda,
like
yeah.
iPhone 4, I think.
Mm-hmm. Glass
Definitely an
on front
iPhone.
and back with the flat frame. Although this one, I will give them props. They laid everything inside of that frame, whereas the iPhone 4, if you dropped it the right way and hit the edge of your glass, you shattered it. That's probably not going to be as much of a problem on the iPhone 12. Plus, they have this ceramic shield that's supposed to be, they claim, the strongest glass in a smartphone. Stronger than whatever Gorilla is making right now.
I feel like they always say that because what was it before, like the sapphire or something, sapphire
Yeah.
glass?
Well, what they did is they took Gorilla Glass and they put a ceramic kind of coating over the top of it. So it's got a really, really hard layer of glass on top. And then it's got the regular glass underneath it. Somehow they made that extra layer. So it's a different crystal formation that absorbs the impact and spreads out the energy instead of making a shatter point. However, that really works, I don't know.
But with that said, for the crystal or the ceramic glass, this was something like me and you talked about briefly, Tyler, before, is that unfortunately, like light, like grazes to it, actually scratches the screen. So like you'll have tons of micro scratches all over your screen because of
So
this new
yes,
ceramic glass.
that is true because when you're looking at most glass, it is a gloss, flat, like sealed finish. The ceramic glass, if you look at it under a microscope, it's three dimensional. So you see all the shapes of the crystal, and that's where you're going to get those scratches from. So if you have something harder than that ceramic coating that runs across the glass, you will chip the crystals and you'll see that scratch. It may be very, very small, or maybe you'll only see it if you put a glare across the screen, like tilt it towards the light, but it is going to have scratches like that more common than last year's glass, or how some Samsung phones they use the Corning Gorilla Glass. It may be more susceptible to scratches with
I,
that.
I wonder now, hopefully I'm not giving away a good business idea, if they're gonna get into a whole ceramic like spray finish for phones, kind of like cars. You know how you could get the ceramic finish on your car?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they'll start doing that for phones now.
Um, as far as I know, you could actually have that done to your phone, but it's very expensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Just
And
figured it out
and they have to
cheaply.
bake your phone, which is not entirely safe for your phone.
What was that?
They have to bake your phone, which is not entirely safe for it.
Mm.
Like they literally take your phone and put it in an oven and heat it up to a certain temperature.
So it's a pizza now, huh? Now you need a baker's man. Is that what you're saying? But I mean,
No.
that is. I'm happy that iPhone's making the switch to having a stronger glass because they are heavily known for just garbage glass that just shatters like very easily. I did watch a bend test with a bend test, sorry, with what was it, Unbox Therapy, and
Mhm.
he was like he had his hands on the back of the phone with his thumbs pressed against the back and was just pushing in to see how either flimsy the frame was going to be or how flimsy the glass was going to be, and
With
it
the
held
12,
up.
right? With
Yeah,
the 12, right?
yeah, for
Okay.
the iPhone 12, and both the 12 and the Pro Max, they held up fairly well. They didn't even bend, and I
Well,
thought that was like kind of a cool tidbit.
have you guys ever seen what is it? Everything Apple Pro on YouTube?
Everything Apple Pro on YouTube. No, I have not.
He covers mostly Apple stuff, but he does the drop test, water test. You know, he puts the phones through their paces. Well, they did drop tests with the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max, and he had to get to the point where you had to stand up on a ladder holding the phone 10 feet up in the air, and it comes down to a clap from the screen to straight concrete floor to break the phone. That's pretty impressive. No case, just the bare naked phone.
That's a tough phone, if you ask me. That's a tough phone.
I would say so.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly we could probably save you from the issue of the little micro scratches on the glass. Just put a glass protector on it, you know? Like it adds one an extra layer of protection and two you don't have to worry about the scratching on the glass.
I always have either a Rhino Shield or a spec case on my phones, which the one that I use that you guys seen on my Note 10 Plus, that's a spec case. But Rhino Shield has a bumper that adds a little bit of a lip. So when you put it face down on something, your screen's not touching your cases. So I think something like that is going to be most of what would protect it because most of the stuff you put your phone on, I mean, it's all the little tiny particles that you would drag your phone across that you'd get those micro scratches from. You know what I mean? So if you have a case that's raised up a little bit and your screen doesn't actually touch most surfaces, I think you'd be good.
I would think
But
though, wouldn't it also get maybe scratching from possibly the fibers of your, like, let's say your pants or your jeans or something like that?
no, because you're well,
Yeah.
you can't scratch something if it's softer than the other material. Like they make different kind of metals. Like copper and aluminum, they're pretty soft. So I could take that and drag it across my phone screen all I want and it won't scratch my glass, but it's metal. And I actually use my jeans to buff the screen off on my glass because it shines it a little bit better. But it depends on, like I said, the glass. With the ceramic coating, like I said, it's a 3D coating now where the crystals aren't sealed, which I don't know if that was how they're absorbing the impact, but if you break a crystal, that's where you see the scratch. You're not scratching the glass, you're actually breaking crystals.
Hmm. It's in hearing that it reminds me of like those like crazy people who like believe in like the crystal water, like, oh, there's a water that touched and graced like these crystals, and it's so much more healthier for you. So when I hear about like this crystal glass, I start to think of that like weird, like sort of like crystal people with the crystal healing powers that that they believe it has, and it just, I don't know, it makes me laugh for a sec.
One feature I do kind of like on the iPhone. Back with the laptops, they had MagSafe, where the little charging port was magnetic and it just clipped in there. They brought it to the iPhone, which it's not MagSafe because there's no physical contacts. Really, all it is a ring of magnets that everything sticks to your phone with. So, like your chargers and everything, if you buy the Apple charger, it clicks to the back of the phone and it lines up the coil perfect every time. So you're always charging most efficiently. But there's also, let me go to the phones. They have MagSafe accessories now where the Apple branded cases clip onto your phone like a magnet, and they also have this little like wallet thing now that goes on the back of the case even that clips to that clips on with magnets. So
I,
I don't know. I just thought the accessories were kind of cool. They're gimmicky as all hell, but they're just
yeah,
kind of cool.
I could imagine, for example, like, like a girl, right? She puts her phone in her purse or like in her pants or something, and she's got a bunch of bobby pins then that are just stuck to the bottom of her phone.
You know, that might happen. I don't know. Like, does
It's
the
it,
phone have like a metal ring into it, and the accessories have magnets, or does the phone have magnets in it, and the accessories have like a metal ring? You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah,
do am I gonna stick my phone to my refrigerator? I don't know exactly how that works or how strong they are, but they say it's a pretty strong connection. I mean, it's good enough to hold the case on your phone.
it just like
So,
gets stuck to people's braces as they're trying to talk on the phone.
can you imagine that? Like, you see someone walking down the road, they're just talking with their phone stuck to their face, like they're not even holding it.
Bro. Or like, what if like it ruins the mag strip on your on your like debit card or something?
That was another thing I was because they have the silicone case with
Yeah,
MagSafe to put your phone, and then on the back of that, they have a little wallet to hold a credit card back to the back.
dude, it's
So
like
am I
gonna like
gonna put
wipe
a
their
card in there
card.
and then go swipe it and it's not going to work anymore? You know?
I didn't think about that, bro. That's rough.
guess we'll see.
Yeah, I did question it. I'm like,
Tyler
Apple,
gets the new phone. All his credit cards are broken.
right?
Dude,
Okay,
that's
let's be honest though. The whole charging situation. First of all, it's still got the lightning and the missing power brick now. So like, I don't
Yeah.
know, man. Why are they going USB-C for everything else except the iPhone? Doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I'll be honest. I like the Lightning cable more than USB C
Why is that?
because my Lightning cable always went into the port on the bottom of my phone smooth. Never gave me issues. I have a USB C on my Note 10 Plus. Every once in a while, when I plug it in, if it's not lined up perfectly, I have to move it a little bit. And you can feel it like crunch in there sometimes. Never had that problem with my iPhone. So I like the design of the Lightning port.
I
That's just me.
can't I can't say I've had those same experiences. How about you, Justin?
I will say
Well,
that I've been
pocket
really.
winners, gotta clean it. I didn't have that much of a problem with my Apple one because the port was empty. USB C has a stick in the middle of the port, and the C cable wraps around it. So it's basically like the male end of the cord is inside your phone, and the cord is the female end. Where on the Apple, your cord is the male end, and your phone is the female end. So
I
there's nothing. that you have to line up. It just clicks in.
I never really had like an issue with the USB-C like breaking or anything, but I do get like high anxiety with that, because it's like literally literally the middle section of it has this like long tab, and I'm afraid that like if I jiggle the cable inside there, or like let's say it gets ripped out, that it's just going to tear that middle piece up, and then I can never charge my phone ever again.
Nah,
I
I'll be honest. With my phone,
say
I like I pull it from the cable. I do all kind of crazy stuff, and I've never
the
had any problems.
USB-C is durable as hell. That I can say. But it's
Yeah.
just the design and how smooth it goes in and out sometimes. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, it gives me anxiety. I think that would be my only issue with it. But other than that, like I don't know, I don't really have any complaints. I like the USB-C over like USB-A because USB-A was just hot garbage trying to like just put that in.
USB micro D, like the old Android plugs,
Yeah.
you had to buy a new cable every other month,
It's
you
just
know?
it's horrible, but like USB-C, I don't know, I'm just happy with the new version of chargers. Like I think it's a lot simpler
I
to
do agree with
put in there,
you here
and it just yeah.
because your Mac has USB-C. The iPad has USB-C. If you're an Apple user, why doesn't your iPhone have a USB-C? It has a USB-C to Lightning adapter cable. Why not just C to C? Because that would make sense.
Which, especially since I think that's new, right? This year, where it's USB-C to Lightning.
Yeah, and well, that's bringing us back to the subject with no included charger.
Those
So,
slimy bastards.
right. Which this is what I don't understand. There's a lot of people out there that every year they will go out and buy the new iPhone. If that's the case, then you may have a USB C power brick already. So it makes sense when you buy the iPhone 12, you don't need the brick. And that's where Apple's saying, oh, well, it reduces our carbon emissions and
But
everything.
like here's
Okay,
the
yes, it
thing though. Like USB-C normally it was like what? It was that lightning port to micro, what would not micro, what's that? Regular USB. And
USB A.
yeah, use
That's what it has right now. Like the last iPhone I have was an iPhone 8 Plus. That had the Lightning to A. So I have Apple A chargers. I cannot plug the new charger that comes in the box or the new cord that comes in the box when I get this phone. I cannot plug it into that charger. And I don't want to plug it into my Samsung charger because that's a high watt fast charger not designed for the iPhone. So it could actually damage the iPhone. So now I have to spend more money on the correct charging brick, and Apple still has to actually have more carbon emission to get me that brick because now they have to package it separately and I have to go get it. And now they're shipping 2 boxes instead of one.
so I got USB-C to USB-C like a charging brick in my Google Pixel. So if you wanted that problem solved, like,
Those parts are so small and the manufacturing process and the materials used, Apple already uses recyclable materials. So recycle me a new fucking brick. I mean, come on.
I did watch another video though. I did watch another video that they made a good point. Was it iPhone that was the first to get rid of the headphone jack?
yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then companies followed after that, so they're saying everybody's making fun of them for not having the power brick now. Like even the phone companies are making jokes about it, but they could follow it in the future.
I think
We'll
so.
see.
I feel like
And that's another thing. Does the Apple even come with headphones anymore? Because I don't think
Nope.
it does.
Nope.
So you just get the phone and a cord. That's it. Like, I can't even plug. Okay, I take that back. I have a C port on the back of my computer. So it could
Well,
be a
you could
best for
still
me to
use
plug
your
that in and charge it.
you
Or
could still
buy a
use your old charger though. Just use the old cable.
I guess.
That is true. So like, my brother and my mom got their new iPhones, and their phones didn't come with the USB-C charger at all. It's like they're doing that for all the iPhones now when you
I think
purchase from
only
the
the
website.
11 Pros came with C chargers.
So it unfortunately like they don't have like a wall charger with it, but they're using their old iPhone chargers.
I'm
Which
gonna
you
see
said you
if I
had laying around.
Yeah,
can
that we so yeah, there you go. There you go. Problem solved, Tyler. But I mean that really sucks though because it doesn't incentivize new customers to like, hey, I'm gonna buy an iPhone for the first time. They get it. It's like, well,
That's
how
what
do I
I'm saying.
charge
I
it?
have a Samsung now. So how do I tell you I can charge my iPhone, Apple? Well, go spend $49 on our website and get a damn charger.
Yeah, they're
Like that's just a kick in the nuts, if you ask me.
or
Apple.
get the or get the Anchor or Birkin ones that you plug it in and it says this is an iPhone accessory and it doesn't want to work.
To be honest, I feel like it's not only a ploy to make money off of like the little charging brick or whatever, but I also feel like it's their way of slowly trying to push to wireless charging, the gimmicky charging. Like they really want you to start.
That I can agree with. Because I will say that if I get the 12 Pro Max, I am gonna get the wireless charge for it. Just because it's MagSafe and it sounds cool.
I mean,
But think about this too. You can't just lift up your phone anymore. You're gonna have to pull that cord to get it off.
exactly.
But now, okay, I just looked it up real quick. Um, the 11 Pro Max or 11 Pro came with the 18-watt USB-C charger. So for everyone that does a new iPhone every year, you're safe. For all the people like me that try to get 2 or 3 years out of a phone that might be running an iPhone 8 or an iPhone 10, you have to buy a charger now.
That is insane, and I don't like it. See. I love wireless charging, but I hate wireless charging when I'm trying to like do stuff with my phone. Like, right? So, like, uh, right, Tyler,
That's
me and
why it's cool that I have the MagSafe thing because now I can pick up my phone and my charger's attached still.
I guess, but it's still it kind of defeats the purpose, though, right, of wireless chargers. Because normally, like, if you're doing wireless charging, you're not trying to plug it in anywhere. You're not trying to be connected to cable. It's just supposed to sit
Right,
there.
right.
But now
That I
you're
can.
adding, yeah, now that you're adding the wire to it, it's like technically it's still just normal charging, except it's the back of your phone. Like,
Now I always watch Unbox Therapy, and he had a simple solution to that. You could Velcro your puck to the table, or double-sided tape it to the table, which would be I'd be kind of dumb, but it would work because now you're thinking like, okay, I just taped this thing to the table or I Velcroed it here, but now I want to use it in my living room. So it's like, yeah, that would work, but then you're like, okay, next problem, how do I solve this?
for
Do
a
I buy a
second.
whole nother?
For a second, I didn't know if you were gonna say, excuse me. For a second, I didn't know if you were gonna say like, yeah, I mean, which is pretty cool. I was gonna be like, I was like, please don't say it's cool. You're like, it's pretty dumb. I was like, oh, thank gosh.
You know, I'm surprised they just didn't make them weight it or something.
Right? Like, it's a
Yeah,
magnet, right? They could make it heavy.
I don't know. I guess they say the magnets in the phones. I don't see. I still don't know if the magnets in the phone or in the accessory. I would feel like it's in the phone because the accessory has to be super thin. But I don't know.
You know what? That's not so attractive. And you know what else is not so attractive? Recently in the news, in the public, what we got going on? The release of Cyberpunk has been pushed back yet again. for like
Was this
the
before or after they had those commercials saying no more delays?
after the commercials with no more delays. I remember I was talking about it with Tyler, and I was like, I was even talking about how it was integrated in their marketing campaign.
I just have to interrupt you for a second. Like just the transition. You were like, I don't give a fuck about the iPhone anymore, but I'm not gonna say it.
No, well, we did. We talked about all this on one of them.
I mean, hey, we I think we discussed it. We got into the charger. We talked about what we needed to out of it, and now we had to freaking move on because we're close to time too. So I gotta keep it moving, you know. But yes, the Cyberpunk has been pushed back despite their ads of them saying no more pushbacks. It's releasing. It's finally here. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pre-order it because I just want it on time. And sure enough, it gets pushed back, and I'm like, I wasted my money pre-ordering and just to wait another month. I was like, oh, it's ridiculous. I mean, with that said, I mean, I'm sure people are going to, if this game is bad, they're going to look so stupid. I really hope it's just that perfect that they keep pushing it back. But if it's not, like, that's, I don't know. That company's toast. And speaking of toast, it's time for you guys to check on your toast at home. So enjoy this word from our sponsors while we take a quick break. Adam Stone, a unique and talented artist hitting the alternative rock scene. Listen to him as he jams his way into becoming a new hit artist.
But now you will, 'cause I am bringing you down. I'll take you off your chair, setting fire what's left from your hair. Someday.
Listen to Adam Stone singles for free on Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube.
Surrounding me. I don't know why I was chosen to live like this every day, every day, every day. I don't know why pain.
You can follow your favorite ghost, Adam Stone, on Instagram and Facebook. Link in the description. And we're back from that word from our sponsor. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember about that link in the description. Anywho, so we had talked about something on our first episode. Different ways to eat cereal. I'm a milk then cereal type of guy. Junior and almost the whole world is a cereal then milk, which I find very weird. But, you know, we're not going to get into that. There's another category that we were talking about.
Wait, hold on. You missed the one where someone puts the cereal in your mouth and they pour the milk
Oh,
in.
yeah. Okay, so that's another category, right?
Oh,
Eating
I think
cereal
they ate-
with...
It
Go
was
ahead.
eating it out of another person's mouth, I think. Was
Yeah.
the video I sent you. I
Yeah,
can't
you
remember.
pour the milk into their mouth, and then you pour the cereal into their mouth, and then you just start eating the cereal. That's another way of eating cereal. So that's another category. We'll call it mouth to cereal. Or the mouth bowl. So
Okay.
there's another category. So we got a few categories here, okay? So I'm not the only weirdo out here eating, and I'm going to do some more research into different ways of eating cereal. But here's the latest one. The latest and greatest new innovation of to eat cereal. So you get a bowl, and you have a divider, like a bowl with a divider on it. And one side you pour the milk, and the other side you have dry cereal. You then use your spoon, you pick up the dry cereal, lightly dip in the milk, and then eat. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I didn't know they sold bowls specifically for that.
There are bowls specifically for that.
It'll work.
Hey, trust me, I agree, right? Like, I think having...
I just woke up in the morning. I want a simple experience eating my cereal. I don't want to fill two separate sides of the bowl. Be careful not to mix it, and then scoop and dip and eat.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think one thing that the mouth bowl and the other cereal categories have is they all have the mix of the cereal, but having the two separate, I think that's pretty nuts. There's also another way of keeping that cereal separate where you're gonna dip the so you have the glass of milk and the bowl filled with dry cereal, and then you're just lifting from the bowl, dipping into the glass. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, I know it's strange.
I mean,
Whoever created the
I-
idea is crazy.
definitely, but I guess I get it too, because like some people just really don't like soggy cereal.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this person that I was talking about. I was like, "Well, why? Why do you do that?" And they're like, "Well, I hate soggy texture of foods, and like I want to take my time eating my cereal, not feel like I have to rush and then to get a bunch of soggy like wet cereal in my mouth."
I can agree with that because I like what are they? It's like Frosted Flakes but chocolate, but it gets soggy fast.
Rice
But see, I don't
Krispies?
have a problem. Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that one's it. But I don't have that problem because I fill my bowl with as much as I can and then pour the milk on top of it. And then I eat fast. So before it gets soggy, I'm already dumping more cereal in the bowl to eat another bowl.
Yeah, it's just
It's so slow. I don't know what to tell you.
it's some wild stuff. But you know what? Hopefully, I can find a new category of cereal eaters to just update you guys. And you know what? If you're a different type of cereal eater, I want a comment. All right, put a comment in the freaking below in the comment section. And say how you eat cereal. Which way do you prefer? Do you prefer the mouth bowl? Do you prefer milk first, then cereal, or cereal first, then milk? Or are you the separate milk from cereal type eater? I want to know in that comment. So please, we want to know.
Hey Tyler, so have you ever taken that bowl of cereal to the toilet?
No,
Do you ever?
no. When I'm toilet time is not time to mix with eat. You just don't do that.
Really? You don't
Well, it
eat
sounds like
not
you're-
even like a chocolate bar or something.
No.
Oh, whoa! Thinking about that, that is kind of chocolate while you're making chocolate.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know.
That really, you don't eat the chocolate after that.
So you don't like snack while you're on the toilet, like ever, like not even like a quick bite,
No,
not even like a
No.
drink.
no.
You don't take like a, you don't take like a cup of like apple juice and like, sit in the toilet and you're like, oh, I gotta go, and like, oh, I'm parched.
No.
You're like, well, I'm here, and just drink it.
No.
I'm not gonna lie.
do not.
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised with your toilet
Why?
etiquette. Because your I mean, no one records their turds and like it doesn't.
Recording
It
a
doesn't
turd.
snack on the toilet while they.
Think about it. What if you're wiping your peanut butter sandwich and you didn't realize it, and then you go pick up your candy bar and take a bite out, and then as you're approaching your face with your candy bar, you smell your peanut butter sandwich because I don't know, that's just disgusting.
But like if you're
wash your hands and
snacking,
then you-
but if you're snacking, you're like It's like right. It's the phase in which like the intermission, right? Like
no.
What about if you had I could say this probably has happened to me where I've had like maybe a Jolly Rancher in my mouth. I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
If it's already in your mouth and you're sucking on it, it's there. You don't take it back out.
What about like you had a pizza in your hand, right? You're like, oh, and you just run with the pizza to the toilet and then just eat while you.
No. You put the piece of pizza on the plate, set it on the counter, and then do your
I
business.
can tell you
and
what,
wash your-
I've had moments where like I was like, ooh, I got M&Ms in my pocket, and I'll eat the M&Ms while like I'm on the toilet. Because
Well,
why
it sounds
not?
like you just get really bored.
Because that's what I'm saying. It's like the intermission, right? Like you're just kind of like it's the in between, like going, like starting and finishing, like in that section when you're just kind of like sitting there. Like I've
I
had.
mean, if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I forgot about these in my pocket, then I don't know, but I still think I would wait until I was done.
Junior, have you snacked on the toilet?
I, I'm starting to think of. I don't know if I have or not. I feel like I might have when I was younger. It's
Yeah.
definitely not something I do
I'm
now.
sure we all had when we were younger.
I wonder if like business people on the go, like they just got a sandwich, whatever. Oh, I gotta.
I
poo
feel like I
and
have
eat.
oh, you know what? Yeah, they might. But then again, there is this strange poop story I've told you guys about. I think it's on one of the episodes where dude was like in and out in 20 seconds. I don't know how that's possible. Or maybe that's just what businessmen are doing.
Dropping
But
the logs, don't even wipe.
I was at Home Depot with my brother once, early in the morning, and we went to go use the bathroom. This
together,
this
some
Hispanic
brother
guy,
time.
Family
his
bathroom.
came in, went straight to a stall. You heard just gross, disgusting noises come out of this guy, and then you never heard him touch the toilet paper. You never heard him flush. All you heard was the zip, and he walked out.
Oh. And you know there had to be some peanut butter between
Oh, he made a mess.
them buns.
He made a mess. It sounded terrible.
Maybe it was just all air, man.
I don't know.
What,
Why
what-
would you go to the bathroom and sit down and pull down your pants if it was all there?
What were you saying previously, Junior?
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like when I was younger, I don't know if it's a correct memory or not, but I feel like one time when I was taking a bath, I had like a nice Big Mac with me.
Really?
See, I see
You know,
baths. Taking a bath is different. I feel like
that I have
you're
did it.
relaxing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I can't say if I've ever done it because I really don't remember or whatever. But you always see people where they're like drinking a glass of wine or something in a tub. See, that's different. You're clean. I'm taking a shit. I'm not gonna eat or drink.
I mean, I've had I've also had like like I said, I had apple juice one time. Like I had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, "Oh, I'm parched," and I took my apple juice with me, and I was drinking it while I was on the toilet.
And
Well,
you
there
didn't,
was there was the issue where we started later than we wanted because you had the call in the morning, and it did take you a while. So I guess I could see how you get parched.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a lot of energy. You got to keep hydrated.
see Justin, this guy like dripping sweat because it was so bad.
I do not sweat while I go though. That one I know for a fact. I don't sweat while I go. I'm not really a sweaty guy. That's why. Unfortunately, I mean I know it would make some funnies. I would totally say if I was, but I'm not a sweaty guy. That's just how I am. I don't sweat a lot.
It's the hair catching it, man.
I was thinking though. You mentioned bath. I've never taken a bath a day in my life. I've
They're a
taken like
strange
showers,
concept.
but like never a
Yeah.
bath. But I feel like I would want to eat while I was in the bath too.
Yeah, for sure. If you're eating on the toilet, you're definitely gonna want to eat in the tub.
Justin snacks on the toilet. He eats his dinner in the bath.
Yeah, it's only snacking. I will never bring like a full course meal. Like I said, and it's only if it's convenient, right? Like if I had the M&Ms in my pocket and I'm like, I want to snack on some M&Ms while I'm making some M&Ms, like, I
Well, if you're making M&Ms, then you're actually pretty dehydrated.
well, true. But
Or you're a rabbit.
I think I'm a rabbit, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm coming out to you guys as a rabbit. I'm over it.
Meanwhile, when Justin hits his second life where he gets to come back as something, if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, my
Or maybe that's what he
reincarnation.
was before.
Maybe this is Justin's second life.
Well, what up, Doc? But with that said, we had a lot of talking today. I think we're running into time. But it's been nice having all three of us back. And you know what? I hope next episode we have all four of us. And it's going to be crazy. We got a new introduction, new individual. I hope you guys welcome him with welcoming arms. I mean, you've already seen him before, but that's all I would say. I hope you guys had enjoyed this. Again, we want that comment. What do you snack on the toilet too? How about that? Leave that in the comment too. We can talk about all sorts of stuff in the comment. Just drop it in there. And please be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're on any of our other platforms, iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud, hit that follow so you get all the latest notifications when we're posting every weekend. Normally every Friday, but I'm just going to say every weekend just in case our uploading is a bit late. But with that said, guys, it's been a wonderful pleasure. We love you. Bye.